Hello everyone and welcome to this week's episode of the Aftermath series. Let us waste no time at all and dive right into this week's episode of Critical Role. So we start off the episode and the aftermath of the ritual that took place at the end of last episode, where Allura sort of pierced the veil of this mysterious Angel of Irons, and it was revealed that the Chained Oblivion has been orchestrating this whole thing. After this ritual, we also did get a little bit more information about what this Chained Oblivion is all about. We know he hungers for the destruction of all living things, everything that's ever been created. He wants it destroyed. He does this through manipulation. He's done this through Oban, through these different cultists. He's been orchestrating this thing for quite some time, and it seems that, according to Oban, they are close to achieving their goal. Now, we do know that these rifts that Oban has been placing throughout Xhorhas are portals to the Abyss. And now we do also know from the information that was gathered by Bo and Caleb that these rifts, if enough are created, could completely tear the veil between the Abyss and the mortal plane. And so basically what this means for us is that if that tear completes, utter chaos will ensue, as the Abyss will have made its way into our plane of existence. And that also may mean that the Chained Oblivion will be unleashed. Now, I want to briefly talk about the cultists of the Chained Oblivion. We do know that Oban seems to be at the head of this cult. As I said before, we do know that the Chained Oblivion is all about manipulation, and Oban is definitely quite good at that, as we see he has taken hold of Yasha and various champions of other betrayer gods. Definitely no small feat. So I, for one, do think that Oban is aware that the Chained Oblivion is actually the Angel of Irons, and the Chained Oblivion is giving Oban these powers of manipulation. So enough about the Chained Oblivion and Oban, let's move on with the episode. Yusa suggested meeting with Ormid Haas, a member of the Cerberus Assembly who is also the headmaster at the Halls of Erudition. Now, we did meet him once before, earlier on in the campaign, when the party participated in that arena of sorts. According to Yusa, Ormid is more of a trustworthy member of the assembly, or at least he trusts Ormid the most out of all of them. He did state that he doesn't really trust any of them, but Ormid is a good egg. But one interesting thing to note about this conversation with Yusa is that he did say that he would not accompany the party to this meeting with Ormid. He merely stated that the magical protections around the Halls of Erudition would potentially reveal something about Yusa. Now, there's been a lot of theories going around that Yusa is actually a dragon in disguise, specifically a gold dragon. We do know that gold dragons do like to insert themselves into human society and live amongst us rather than staying in their draconic form. So him saying that he doesn't want to join the party because it might reveal his true identity definitely lends to this theory. Moving on, Nat also did have yet another conversation with Halas, who is still trapped in this ruby. Nat was just further asking questions about the possibility of permanent body transformation. And it would seem that Halas is using Nat's interest in this potential ability to maybe try to persuade her in releasing him. Now, the party did act quickly and stop Nat from potentially trying anything too hasty, and for now, Halas's ruby will be safe with Yusa. But Yusa did bring up a good point to Caleb. Caleb does have access and is holding onto Halas's notes regarding these different spells. And so Yusa, in a way, challenged Caleb to complete this powerful spell that can create permanent body transformations, which I think will give an absolutely wonderful character development moment for not only Caleb, but also Nat, as this may very well strengthen the relationship if Caleb is able to finish such a spell. But now, with a task ahead of them, a meeting with Ormid Haas, the party decided to spend a little bit to relax and reap their rewards, as Yusa gave them 21,000 gold pieces as part of Halas's fortune, within the Happy Fun Ball. And so as the party spent a little bit of time in the Menagerie Coast, we got a little bit of a trip down memory lane as the party met up with Orly and the other crew members of the Ball Eater. And with this 21,000 gold that the party just received, they decided to take up Orly's offer of getting those enchanted tattoos that boost a few stats. Not Jester and Bo were the only ones that wanted to get tattoos. Bo's in particular holds special meaning as she got the all-seeing eye tattooed on the back of her neck in honor of Mollymock. A very touching moment, as we know they did grow rather close towards Molly's end. A nice thing about this little break that they had, getting the tattoos, Ford, Clay, and Caleb all going to get some food together, the party finally has a chance to breathe. It feels like they've been going non-stop these past few episodes, so it was nice just to take a second and to just reflect on everything that's happened and enjoy life for what it is. Because, well, there's definitely a storm brewing on the horizon, and that's not the Storm Lord, that is the Chained Oblivion and his corruption potentially seeping into this plane of existence. And so the party now teleports to Zadash to have their meeting with Ormid Haas. And he does seem to be on the level. He does appear trustworthy, nothing too shady seems to be going on. And from the information that Caleb has given us about the Cerberus Assembly, you know, we expect them to be these evil masterminds, and Ormid Haas doesn't necessarily seem that way. Now, obviously, we do know that these Archmages are very powerful, and they are extremely intelligent and calculated with the things they reveal and talk about. So, while Ormid did seem friendly, we have to take that with a grain of salt because we don't know what his potential ulterior motives may be. The party did end up sharing as much information as they could about the Chained Oblivion, Oban, and pretty much everything they've encountered so far. With Xhorhas, the Bright Queen, the things they've done, they may have shared a little bit more information than they should have, but overall, the meeting seemed beneficial. And the party also did tell him that Vence, the sort of apprentice of Ludinus Deleth, who is the head of the Cerberus Assembly, is working with these cultists. Now, we don't know for sure if Vence is the only one who is working with the cultists, or if Ludinus himself is also working to unleash this Chained Oblivion. It could be that Ludinus has instructed Vence to carry out all of these tasks so that Ludinus doesn't get his hands dirty. Again, we don't know a bunch of information on that, which is why an investigation is now taking place. A sort of off-the-books investigation, as they don't want to raise any suspicions. But with that meeting out of the way, the party decided to spend their time in Zadash, meeting up with Pumat Sol, another nice trip down memory lane, as they went to see what potential magic items he had. But this trip down memory lane took a very dark turn as Caduceus was stabbed by an invisible assailant. It was quickly revealed that this figure was Juriel, the inevitable end. It would appear that Oban was successful in reviving her, and as we know, she is an extremely skilled assassin. So it seems that in the next episode, there's going to be some kind of a battle. Will the party be able to defeat Juriel? I'm going to say no, and if they do get close, I believe Juriel is just going to make a quick exit, but I guess we're going to have to see. And with all of that being said, we are going to wrap up. Let me know all of your thoughts, feelings, and emotions during the episode. I hope you all have an absolutely wonderful rest of your weekend, and I will see you all next week.